play story time. So I met this girl and everybody was so shitty. So I was like, man, I'm gonna go try something else. I try all these different ways to find somebody nice. I remember one time I went and saw these two people at a car lot, Loan Shark Company. So I says, I'll turn your bar and restaurant around. It's a crazy Makepeace's family. They were stealing from each other. And the bar went under, and they didn't make their loan payment. So these two car salesmen, used car salesmen with a loan shark company, inherited this bar. I didn't know the first thing about it. So I says, well, trying to find a nice girl, so I'll tell you what, I'll turn your bar and restaurant around and you give me the shittiest place you got to live in. Anybody to live in me, in a place like that, they'll probably be a nice girl. So I went to this dive place. It was a horrible place. And so I cleaned it up, put new computer systems in, and directed the staff and cleaned the place up, and had problems with drug addicts and drug dealers and all kinds of crazy shit. So I had the sheriff's department stand at the doors every night so people know they come in and have a good time and not worry about craziness. Remember, there used to be a fight in that bar every night before I took it over. I took over the bar and restaurant, and I didn't have one fight in there. Not one. You got one guy got out of hand. I looked at him and says, hey man, go home, come back tomorrow, I'll buy you a beer. So the guy went home and came back the next day. I bought him a beer. So I had this cave, there's no windows, it's just a cave with these sea green walls and shit. So she came there to live with me, and I didn't tell her anything about me having a computer company or fixing computers. I says, just this guy running this bar and restaurant, Maybe somebody told her, I don't know. So everybody's always trying to cheat and get information, and I'm like, So one day I came home and I said, I'm not going to work at this bar no more. I'm going to go do the computer company thing. So I gave her this card with a key in it. I told her it's the key to my heart. So I says, we're going to go live in an apartment now. And thought she was the coolest chick in the world. Guess everybody hated that, so whatever. And it's trying to be a gentleman, everybody trying to screw it up. So I'm like, well, there's some intelligence for people. And then you gotta tear down a guy with amnesia and been drugged and shit, tortured most of his life. So imagine what those people coming home from wars feel like. They're just trying to find peace of mind. So I'm like, I try to create a peace of mind. And I moved into that apartment. And it's like, well, I got amnesia, got all these crazy memories that turned out to be true. So I'm like, maybe I could work on some kind of system to help soldiers, PTSD and stuff. And then all this shit started. So never did find anybody like that again. There was Mary, up in Virginia. She seemed pretty cool, but it took her I don't even know what she said, 7 or 8 years or 10 years or 5 years or 12 years to get a divorce. So I'm like, yeah. I don't know why I left up there and went back down south. It's because it's like, well, she wouldn't finish her divorce. See what I mean? Just trying to do the right thing all the time and nobody listening. So there you go. It's the American, you know. So be American, try to help people, no matter what. So that's what it takes to be an American. You know, it's a lot more Americans out there. I just never seem to meet the right one. So I guess I'm glad I could give family education to some of those other families out there. And maybe they can figure it out. I'm still looking for a sailboat, I guess. So I'm gonna figure out how to get me another sailboat. Yeah. So everybody's trying to break my heart. They're like, hey, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. And my heart's too big to be broken, so you know. That was the one that I was like, this is the one. And I've been trying to find somebody ever since. You know, that's what kind of blacked out after that. Mom died, brother had problems, got crazy Christine Sellers fucking sending me fucking bullshit papers about crazy shit that never happened. So I went to Michigan. There's a PC clinic with a terrorist explosion next door. So I tried to revamp their business and then, you know, get cops showing up at the door because, hey, someone saw you try to break into this business, you know, the one I'm trying to repair, and got all this crazy shit going on. And I'm like, you know, it's like, fuck it. So I got on a plane and I left. So, then I got the dead man's kid. Got this crazy woman take me to court, try to get me paper, a dead man's kid. I'm like, guys, you know, kid's dead, blew his brains out. Here she is standing in court telling him that I'm pretty sure this ain't his kid, but, you know, just because I had a computer company. So, and I was like, well, you know, I got no money right now, but I had a job lined up to make some money, and says, hey, I'll pay you some money, but it's not my kid. And then we figure that out, I'm gonna pay you no more. So they threw me in jail anyways, and I kind of fucked that up, and I got all fucked up. So I'm like, okay, let me go try to do this. You know, the system's not broken, you just need better people running it. That's what I say. You know, you guys need the Spirit of God. You know, you look at your neighbors and figure it out.